Imogene Datzman Green, or my mom, was an incredible lady in so many ways. How do you tell the story of a woman who almost lived 92 years in just 15 minutes? Well, on behalf of my brother Chris, and our younger brother Marty, and our youngest brother Andy, we will attempt to do just that with the help of a wealth of pictures which fortunately have been taken with the help of what seems to have been an endless number of family member photographers. Now, if I had to describe my mother with just one word, the word would be family. Nothing was more important, and everything was about family. And why not? Her mother, Caroline Shue, was raised in a family of 13, headed by Raymond and Helena Shue. That's Caroline on the left, just above younger sister Teresa, who would later be Imogene's godmother. And like her mother Caroline, Imogene too would also be raised in a family of 13. So there were always lots of uncles and aunts and cousins and weddings and funerals and hugs. We knew Mom wanted a larger family, and that if she could have her way, we would have had several more siblings, sisters to be exact. But the family tradition of a family size in the teens would come to an end with an unwanted hysterectomy after Andy was born. But fortunately, on September 17, 1980, when my first child was born, I called Mom to give her the good news. Knowing how much she wanted a girl, I teased her with a little lie. When I told her that the new grandchild was a healthy baby boy, she refused to believe me, insisting and perhaps willing that it would be a girl. She was right, of course. Her mother's name would be used again for a new Caroline. Born in 1923, Imogene was raised in this house in St. Cloud, Minnesota. It was just blocks from the Mississippi River, close to the orphanage where she spent more time away from home than she wanted, near the hospital where she would be embarrassed to be seen hauling home free food from the hospital on those cold winter depression days with her sisters Wani and Erky. Imogene is seen here as the youngest of the daughters before the birth of Shirley Ann Datzman. Perhaps by having so many good-looking and intelligent brothers and sisters, she evolved a highly developed and spirited sense of competition for which she would later find outlets such as Scrabble, Wahoo, and more. Mom loved nothing more than challenging Uncle Bud to a beanbag brawl at the Datzman family picnic, as seen in this photo. Look at her focus and determination. When she was growing up in St. Cloud, she was proud of her first-place ribbon for the 50-yard dash, and for her championship medal as the best hopscotch player in the city schools. So proud she even saved the newspaper clipping. She had a superb throwing arm as well. Here she demonstrates her abilities on an unsuspecting photographer. But her proudest moment is represented by this postcard, which she saved as a prized possession. She was asked to return as a finalist to the Fairmont Hotel to see if she had what it took, in talent and looks, to be a world-famous member of the Billy Rose Aquacade. On that day she impressed. She was selected by Billy Rose himself, but she was disqualified later when a doctor recognized she had a heart murmur. But her heart kept beating for another 70 years before it finally stopped on March 16, 2015. Not bad, Mom, not bad. Imogene came to San Francisco from Minnesota by train in 1937, graduated from Mission High School in 1941, and worked for National Biscuit Company before getting her wages doubled when she agreed to work in the yards, building Liberty ships during World War II, all the while living with and staying close to her beloved family. She later settled in San Jose when it was the Garden City, married our father Philip Green, and raised 4 sons. Growing up in a bustling neighborhood full of bike riding, roller skating, hula hooping baby boomers just seemed normal to us. Everything, of course, seems normal when you're a kid. Chris and I, Marty and Andy, didn't realize that all mothers didn't recite endless passages of literature and poetry, or break into song at a moment's notice, or conjure up really incredibly inspiring stories of heroes and saints, or start and escalate days-long water fight wars with our friends and neighbors. We will miss her telling us the story of the Highwayman, or how it really can be done if we just buckle ourselves in with a trace of a grin.
Okay. Just
I got such a horsey voice.
don't think about it.
I was just doing it for you.
Okay, now let me hear it again.
Is it on?
No.
Shut down for right now.
I met you in the garden in an old Kentucky town. The sun was shining down. You wore a gingham gown. I kissed you as a prince, the yellow tulip in your hair. Upon my coat you pinned a rose so rare. Time has not changed your love, and you're still as sweet to me. I love you, but I can't forget the day that used to be. When you wore a tulip, a sweet yellow tulip, and I wore a big red rose. When you caressed me, 'twas in heaven blessed me. It's a blessing no one knows. You made life cheery when you called me dearie. 'Twas down where the bluegrass grows. Your lips were sweeter than julep when you wore a tulip, and I wore a big red rose. It came out of the ark.
Wow! That's so good.
That's so old.
So good.
Okay.
Oh, are you recording it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want you to do that.
Okay, well, just tell us a story.
Okay. The wind was a torrent of darkness among the gusty trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas. The road was a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor when the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The highwayman came riding up to the old inn door. Her eyes grew wide for a moment. She drew one last deep breath. Then her finger moved in the moonlight. Her musket shattered the moonlight, shattered her breast in the moonlight, and warned him with her death. He turned. He spurred to the west. He did not know she stood, bowed with her head o'er the musket, drenched with her own red blood. Not till the dawn he heard it. His face grew gray to hear. Oh, Beth, the landlord's daughter, the landlord's black-eyed daughter, had watched for her love in the moonlight and died in the darkness there. Back he spurred like a madman, shrieking a curse to the sky, with the white road smoking behind him, and his rapier banished high. Blood red were his spurs of the velvet noon, wine red was his velvet coat, when they shot him down on the highway, down like a dog on the highway, and he lay in his blood on the highway with a bunch of lace at his throat. And still on a winter's night, they say, when the wind is in the trees, and the moon is a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas, when the road is a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, the highwayman comes riding, riding, riding. The highwayman comes riding up to the old inn door. Over the cobbles he clatters and clangs in the dark inn yard. He taps with his whip on the shutters, but all is locked and barred. He whistles a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Beth, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot into her long black hair.
Wow.
The end.
Isn't that great? Great.